Oh, welcome back, my gardening friends. It's early morning, July 5th, 2020. For those that are watching years later, this is a plot tour and harvest. What's been going on? We've previously discussed the cabbage cage. It's all nicely sealed up, and none of the predators could get at the aphids, so I lost the radish and the kairobi whilst they were going to seed. Nothing ever seems to affect red cabbages, but the weeds at the other end, where we tried to take the babies and grow them on, disturbed the soil, loads and loads of weeds. And as we know, 1 year's weed, no, 1 year's seed, 7 years weed. But got new plans for this, got lots of new pallet collars, or newly acquired pallet collars. I've left this open there to let all the bugs in. Hopefully they'll keep each other alive. The extreme weather, cold, hot, no rain, has affected a lot of the plants, but helped others. There are my raspberries that we moved on to reduce the amount that I've got. And I'm so glad that I kept the other half. These are producing really early. And I've lost a few because I haven't been harvesting them. We'll have an excuse me moment now. Excuse me. So just a little lesson to anybody that's thinking about ripping out a plant. Do it successionally. Now, these raspberries should be fine next year. They're in the same row as the blackberries, and that should be enough autumn fruiting raspberries and blackberries that I can physically eat. I built this bed on the right, and of course we disturbed the weeds. We didn't get any wood chips, so that's what we have. So you can see on the left, no weeds. On the right, weeds, because we've disturbed the surface. So Nodig is really good. Some of the second sowings have come out now, trying to catch up with the others. And this row here has again not come up very well at all, but I don't like to waste seeds. I've chucked them all in there. It looks like they've all germinated. There's no good moving them because those tap roots now will probably be 18 inches long, going deep down into that sheep's wool, manure, etc. So I'm going to leave them there, just like we have done the tomatoes. I'll show you on plot 3. But it does show that, excuse my weeds, it does show that sometimes looking after our plants isn't always good. Just abuse them. Obviously, I have had to allocate water to certain plants, like in these 1 ton bags that have got the 2,000 litres of unscrupulously dumped compost. But these beans are coming nicely, but the ones that are growing in the sheep's wool are growing really well. But some nice spring onions there, some nice beetroot, and the weather has started to make the beetroot bolt as well. Giant cabbage is doing okay. I'm having to, he says, as he spots some more eggs. Ideally, it'd be better covered up, but if I'd have covered it up, it'd have been full of aphids. So if you look at that cabbage compared to the Same variety that was next to there and got covered in aphids. That's why I'm leaving my stuff uncovered. It lets the ladybirds and other predators help us out. Bargum, didn't I know I was wheelbarrowing all this? I put it on my wheelbarrow, strapped it down, and off I went up the middle of the road. But there's 4 triangular pieces, 4 big pieces, and then 2 little pieces. I thought, I'll take the triangular pieces, I'll take them from the gentleman, never know when I might use them. Then I suddenly thought, my brain started whirling, and I thought, I've got to revamp my manure bins. So the big sheets will be exactly the same size as those 2 sheets, which are literally falling apart. The triangular pieces could go along there. I can rebuild the sides, tidy it all up. So 1, 2, 3, 4 triangles, 2 big bits. I think I've got 4 big bits, but I'm sure I'll be able to find somewhere else for them. But I thought I could do with revamping this because it leaks. The guttering at that in the middle where it slopes down that way does leak, so it needs revamping. The last 3 years I haven't had to use my water. This year I have, so 1 in 4 years having to use all the water or most of the water. It's well worth capturing, and when the rain comes it does get into the manure bin, which then mixes it with the liquid that we get, and it isn't such a good concentrate, so it takes up more room in the blue barrels round the corner. So sometimes when you see something, get it, and then you'll think, oh, that's a good idea, I'll use it there. Another winter project for me, if Mrs. K allows. The Comfrey concentrate, that's where we put the Comfrey on the left, everything right down to the soil level, not the roots if we can help it. Don't want to damage the plant. Put it into that bin, hole in the bottom, and it takes a long time to break down, but when it starts you can't stop it, and it's ready for topping up. So basically that's everything from the first cuttings. We need to do a second cut now. Thank you to everyone who told me that parsley only lasts for 1 season. So Mrs. K bought some at the shop and I've planted it. So we'll have enough for putting on all those nice new potatoes that we keep harvesting. Yes, that is a beetroot. It's going to seed. It's a giant. Plenty of seed on that. But not everything's gone well, as we all know. Again, the beds on the left are all new. Didn't or haven't been able to get any wood chips. So the weeds are growing, but there's a nice bumblebee there, enjoying that small poppy. Yes, it's sometimes you think, well, shall we leave a few weeds? But once they flower and go to seed, then it causes you more issues. But overall, everything's been fine, but a lot of watering. The beans get water, the potatoes in the containers, my giant potatoes. But some of the things on plot 3 haven't watered, including here on plot 1, the alpine strawberries, and the heat from that hot weather has just shriveled everything up. There's the comfrey that just looks after itself. I've been letting the potatoes flower, but then you've got to make sure you catch them before these form. These are poisonous. It's part of the tomato family, but you definitely can't eat those. So if you've got children on your allotments or animals, make sure that any that fall on the floor or on the plants, just remove them. Straw bale gardening, I think it needs a little bit more time, which I haven't had this year, but there's plenty growing. Aren't weeds clever? You thought I didn't see you. If anything, just take the seed heads off. I've got more than enough lettuces growing, but it's just nice to open some of these beds up, take a few of the leaves off that look a little bit dirty. They'll be full of bugs. I'll just strip one out of this corner. That will give these two a bit more room to grow. Not fully formed. It's nice to be able to take a harvest home every day when you can. But if you just look at these pongo beans, when we get to plot 3, you'll see the difference. But trouble is with these, if you don't pick them when you can, and when they're this sort of size, they grow twice as big. What's the point? Small is better. But most of my time has been spent watering instead of harvesting. We'll move on. These are the potatoes that had got either the potato fertiliser in 150920 or sheep's wool, and here we planted some onions. As he pulls it and pulls off the roots out. So I'm going to be doing a reveal today in a separate video on a comparison between using sheep's wool as a fertiliser or using the bought yes, sorry guys, bought potato fertiliser. I've managed to keep on top of the tomatoes in the greenhouse. I've got to water. Massive leak now in the guttering system, wick guttering system, so that'll all have to be revamped, and it might be these bigger pots. They might have just sunk it down, but I put everything onto wood chips. Wood chips break down, everything sinks, similar to our compost bins. So I was really looking forward to growing under this cover next to the holly hedge for the shade for the vegetables. I kept saying that was north. No, this is the north, that way. So not much sun, so everything should be okay. But under cover again, if a plant's stressed out, it's covered in aphids. I left it in just so I could show you. These lettuces are leaning this way. The further back you go, the better, worse the colour. Not getting enough light. The spring onions are all being drawn this way, but they're still growing really well. Just need a little tickle with a weed. And again, the radishes under here have got some aphid damage. So I'm not sure whether I made the right decision. I need that roof space to collect the water, to fill those barrels. So may have to have a rethink or try and grow something different. So this is my leaf mould bin. This is where we collect the leaves and put them in. I've created a batten at the back, as you might be able to see in the middle of the screen. A couple of bits of wood to hold all my cardboard up so that I can still add the urine and anything else as an activator. And the bin next to it is smaller because once they've rotted down, they don't take up so much room. But this is the 3 to 4 year old leaf mould, and I've done a bit of the same on top to hold the tunny bags and anything else that I normally leave lying about on the floor. But again, the bees are struggling to find any flowers, So these need chopping down, new growth, new flowers, happy bees and pollinators. In a previous video you saw me moving water with the Melif pump, and now I've had to move the barrels again to drain them out. So what I've done now, I've put ones with taps there so I can just turn the taps on to drain them. We're getting low on water now, so that's half full. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 barrels. So it's probably 200 litres in each. So we've not got a great deal left on plot 1, but it'll either grow or it won't. But I do need to secure as much water as I can. And with the warmth and the cloud, we've had some high winds, and I think a lot of plants have got a little bit of scorch as well. And some of my giant carrots have gone to seed as well. So yes, it's nice to have the weather, but let's have it constant. Not cold one day, red hot another. 2 days later it's cold, windy and rainy. But we have to change our methods of growing to suit the changing climatic conditions. This one's dragging on a little bit, so I'm going to stop you shortly and we'll move on to plot 3. Just going to harvest my first courgette, a golden one. That's the size I like them. You'll see that in plot 3. Again, they're gone to seed and the aphids have had them, so let's get them out. There's some climbing beans there, etc. But if you've liked the content, please give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. We don't mind for the interaction. Please leave me a comment what's happening with your gardens, and why not consider subscribing. I'll see you again on plot 3 very shortly. Well, you might not, but I'm off over there now. And then don't forget that potato reveal with the comparison with the sheep's wool and the potato fertiliser. Do we really have to buy all these amendments? Happy gardening to you all. Till next time, my friends. Ta-ra for now. Don't forget the end screens.